Okay, hi doll babies, Zendal here, and as promised, I'm coming at you ladies with a round brushing tutorial. Now, I have seen so many comments, not just on YouTube, but on my Instagram, where people say things like, oh my god, that's the wrong brush. Round brushes aren't meant for black people. That is the biggest myth that I have ever heard. I'm sorry, but I've been in multiple beauty supply stores and I have never seen any colored sections ever. Like, I've never seen white brushes over here, Mexican brushes over here, black girl brushes over here. Never. If you're doing hair, and this goes for professional hairstylists, if you're doing hair and you're going to be a master at your craft, you need to master anything that you want to master. Now, there's nothing wrong with not liking using round brushes. However, round brushing is my own personal preference. I exude maximum control with the paddle brush, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I am talking about. So I suck so much at life, don't know where the footage went, but I forgot to record the footage of me spraying the Silk Fusion Therapy in her hair. I sprayed 2 sprays in each section, and I am combing her hair, as you guys can see, from the ends and working my way up to her roots. Now, once again, this is the most important process, and as you guys can see, there is no pulling, no tugging, no discomfort. The entire video, I want you ladies to make sure you watch my client in the mirror. You can see her face this entire process, and you will see that she is literally smiling from ear to ear from the beginning to the end of this service, and she is very blunt. If she was in any form of discomfort whatsoever, she would let me know. So I need everybody to keep in mind this video is in real time. There are a couple of pieces that I did edit out, pieces that I didn't feel like were needed, just so this video wouldn't be 15,000 hours long, girl. But as you can see, like I said, we're getting through her hair detangling like a magic girl. Listen. So, like I said, her hair has been saturated with Silk Fusion Therapy, so now I'm going to start at the bottom. Now, what I am doing, I'm focusing the heat on her root first using tension. Now, I don't have to tug and pull on the brush at all. I love the round brush because it does all of the work for me. I don't have to pull on it and tug on it. Literally, with one small flick of my wrist, I can completely control the round brush. Now, as you guys can see, her hair is not being pulled or tugged. This is in real time. I did not slow it down or speed it up for this part. As you can see, I'm not stopping at the ends and raking it through, and I'm not using any pulling. As you can see, my body isn't moving. Like, I'm not moving in a backward motion to use tension. The only thing you see on me moving is my arm, and that's only because I am flicking my wrist, girl. I'm just flicking my wrist, girl. That's all that's happening, girl. I'm trying to tell you. It's not that complicated, you guys. It's thought to be so much more complicated than it really is. And another comment, I see a lot of ladies make is like, oh, paddle brush will take shorter, or the comb attachment, won't take as long. For me, and this is just for me, time is not like the most important thing for me. The integrity of my client's hair and her getting the best result is the most important thing for me. A lot of times you guys ask me questions like, oh my god, or I'm sorry, not ask me questions, but make statements like, oh my god, I'll get my hair done, and then 2 days later it's revert back. Well, that's because the flat ironing process is done during the blowout. The flat iron should just be polishing it. So if your flat iron reverted back, that's because your texture was never tamed at the beginning. So like I said, if you guys pay attention here, I am exerting tension at her roots first, and that's where the majority of the heat is used. As I'm using the round brush and rotating my wrist, I am pressing the cold shot with my thumb. You can kind of see me doing it right there. I'm putting pressure on it with the cold shot. So keep that in mind. You guys, as I'm blow drying, you see no smoke, anything like that. So we're not exuding any type of heat damage whatsoever right here. And the trick is to control it. Now, I will be very honest and say that it's virtually impossible for me to teach you the full round brushing technique I don't want to say it's virtually impossible for me, because I'm more so of a visual instructor than audio. Like, as it pertains to me explaining it to you, I could literally grab your hands and show you myself so much better than what I can tell you. But I hope this is helping a little bit. And so, like I said, I'm exerting tension with the round brush, but healthy tension. There is no pulling, no tugging. I'm doing this in real time, so you guys can go ahead and look at the round brush. When I take it away from her head, you can see straight through the bristles. There are no types of clumps or lumps of hair whatsoever in this round brush, because this process is very simple. So I'm going to let you guys keep watching it, and I'm gonna come back in a second. Okay, so I guess when I said a second, I really mean a second, girl. So if you guys watch this is what I mean by I exude complete and total control when using the round brush. Like, I control the level of volume her hair gets, because what I do with the round brush, I'm not just putting the round brush under. When I put it under like that, I slightly over direct the brush up so it gives her volume at her root. And it just depends on where you want volume. And like I said, with the paddle brush, it's flat. You can't give your clients any type of volume or anything like that. And if you do, the level of over direction that you have to use, actually, that's what's gonna create the tension that you guys are so worried about getting. So that's another reason why I prefer the paddle brush. And if you look at it, you can see like shine and luster being imparted in her hair already. And that's why I only have to go one time with the flat iron, because half of the job is being done, over half of the job, about 80% of our work is done during the blow drying process. So now I am going back under and making sure all of the volume is there by going in the opposite direction towards her root, just to make sure I get her roots clear, Jesus, Lord Jesus, dry. And then once again, I do a little bit of over direction, and she had a little bit of breakage in the front. So with the round brush, I know that we want a little bit more volume at the front. So once again, with the paddle brush, Lord Jesus, help me, Lord Jesus. Once again, with the round brush, I can manipulate her hair and put it in whatever direction I want safely. You see her dimple? She is smiling this whole time, you guys. My girl is fine, girl. She fine, girl. She ain't in pain, girl. Chill out, girl. Okay, so once again, I want you guys to see this part, focusing the heat on her roots. And putting, see that over direction with the round brush, I just lifted the round brush under a little bit, and we're using over direction, and that's actually gonna get her roots at the bottom as well as on the top, so you don't have to necessarily part it in super duper small sections. That over direction, that's where you get all of your body from. I'm telling you, like, round brushes are life. You guys, do not knock stuff until you try it, or until you properly educate yourself, because round brushing is excellent for your clients. And I'm gonna put a description to this link in the description box, but put a link to this article I want you guys to read on scientific brushing, and how scientific brushing is so important, and how round brushing contributes to scientific brushing as it opposed to a paddle brush. Now, that's just my reasoning behind using it. Like I said, I don't knock anybody for their method. Some people don't want to do things a certain way, and I have no problem with it, because I know I'm not switching my methods for anyone. But like I said, this is in real time, and it's just simple, you guys. The round brush is going smoothly through her hair with no gags, no dreading, no matting, no tangling. We're not pulling or tugging on the brush. As you guys can see, I am just twisting my wrist a little bit. And when I speed the videos up, of course you see it, I guess maybe it looks a little rougher to you guys. And as you watch it, I mean, her head does move a little bit, but you guys have to keep in mind, like, I'm in her head, so it's gonna move. And round brushing does not exude a whole lot of tension, a whole lot of pressure, unless it's done improperly. Now, some people completely, I've seen women completely skip the detangling process at the very beginning. So absolutely, that is gonna cause a whole lot of breakage because you're trying to detangle with itty bitty bristles of a round brush. So absolutely, that's gonna cause breakage and tangling and all types of stuff. But as you can see, you guys, round brushing is not tough. I am not pulling, yanking, or tugging on my client's hair whatsoever. Honestly, I feel like with thicker textures, if I have a flat paddle brush that I can't manipulate like I want, I do more tugging and pulling there. So I am done talking you ladies to death, but a lot of you said you guys really wanted me to talk through this video, but that is pretty much it, ladies. Everything else is self-explanatory if you remember everything that I said. Like I said, it's really hard for me to get everything into a video. I am gonna have a class coming up really soon, and if you are interested in attending my class, it's going to be an online class. I'm just trying to decide whether or not it's going to be something you could purchase a link for, or if you can just go ahead and do a web, or if I'll just go ahead and do a webinar. Haven't decided on that yet, but if you want to sign up for my online class for round brushing or for silk fusion therapy in general, it'll literally be my videos where I wash and all of that stuff, like everything that I do on the videos here. And I'll give more information when the time comes. But if you're interested in registering for my class, then email me and I'll put that information in the description box as well. So thank you ladies so much for listening to me. I was kind of reluctant about talking the whole time because I didn't want to talk out of this, but we talking now, girl. So it is what it is, girl. So make sure you're following me on Instagram, and when you get there, make sure you turn your post notifications on. And ladies, if you try a round brushing technique or anything like that, or even if you have bought product from me, then make sure you tag me in your stuff. Tag me and stuff, girl. Stuff that you try out, girl. Even if you try out something that I post on here, girl, tag me in it, girl. But that's it, you guys. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, and I love you, girl. See you later, girl. Okay, so see what had kind of happened is I thought I was kind of done, girl, but I'm not really done, girl, because at the end, girl, I do something different, girl. So I'm just kidding. I just didn't want y'all to be mad at me for forgetting to tell you why I am doing this part. So at the very, very, very end of the blowout, I'll go back over my client's hair with a vent brush with cool air, basically cold air. And this is just sealing her cuticle. So that's it, girl. I'm done for real this time, girl. It's time to go, girl. Make sure you rate and comment and subscribe, girl. I promise I ain't coming back after this, girl. Bye, girl.
Bye.